Take 313. We here now. What up, dog?
What up, Doe?
What up? Unc, what's
No,
good with you,
nephew.
man?
Man, out here trying to get, man, hoping this spring comes up, but it's Michigan, man. Trying to
We get some spring for like a day or two at a time in between.
get up, but it's Michigan, man.
Hopefully we'll be there soon.
That's it. Just a little bit.
No, facts, man. It's a lot that's been going on, man. In first of all, the sports world. Actually, overall, the world has been a lot
Yeah.
going on. But in the sports world too, man. What you want to start off with today?
Hey, let's go ahead and get serious. Start off with seriousness, man. The war in Ukraine, brother. It's changing the world right now. With
Yeah.
Russia stumping through Ukraine right now. It's a lot of people losing lives, a lot of children are homeless, sick, and it's just it's a horrible thing for 2022 to be here and to see another war in the world, man. I think I probably lived long enough to see about 4 major wars since I've been of age, major wars. And this is one of them, and this is really ugly, really ugly. But
Yeah.
with that being said, what makes it a story for us, for What Up Though Sports is the fact that, hey man, we have the Klitschko brothers who ran the heavyweight division in the mid to early 2000s. These guys are knocking dudes out, flat out. Both of these brothers are millionaires for sure. And think what $1 million is to be a millionaire in America. Now take that $1 million over to Ukraine. I mean, you're ultra rich, and with that being said, they don't have to be out here fighting. They got enough money to get away. I respect them both for actually standing up for their people and standing up for their country and standing up with their lives, man. That's a big deal. That lets you know the type of men they are, man. And I respect that.
Yeah, no, definitely. The Klitschko brothers been around for a while. I remember y'all coming over to the crib in like, you know what I'm saying, 02, 01, you know what I mean, with the fat back big screen TV to come and watch the fight, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I definitely remember that.
Yes.
They've been running things for a long time now. So definitely big ups to them for that. Somebody else who we got to give some big ups to. The boy Brady is coming back.
My boy Brady's coming back,
today.
man. The GOAT has returned. And
yeah, we got to give him
looks
some
like
big ups
wifey
today.
let him come on back for another year or so.
Yeah. So obviously he's coming back. Obviously they still got some talent over there. They had some injuries last year. Them boys will be back and healthy.
Yes.
What you think? They making another title run?
Hey, I'm running with them. Of course I'm running with my Lions as usual, first and foremost. But again, the great thing, again, I told your pops, I don't know what I'm gonna do now after the Lions games, because the other thing that made NFL live for me after the Lions was, of course, I wanted to watch the black QBs, no matter what team they're at. I want to see the black QBs do their thing, represent. But then the other team, though, that I wanted to watch was always Brady's team. I'm go blue all day. So wherever Brady was at, that was my second team. So I didn't know who my second team was going to be without Brady. So I'm glad to see he's coming back. They do have a lot of weapons there. I expect all the cats to try to come back now that they know Brady's coming back. And I think one of the things that had them fall off last year, of course, it was the injuries. They didn't have that second running back anymore. So, it kind of made them lack in the running game. So I expect them to go out and try to get another running back, and then continue to go for that. But what I do expect is they thought they were going to still have Antonio Brown.
Yep.
Him not being there in the playoffs, to me, took a lot out of what they did. No matter, Brady still did his thing, but they needed another receiver like that. So I expect them to go get one. I expect one of these big name receivers that are out here in free agency to want to win the chip.
It's been
And you
talks
want to
about
win the chip.
Julius Landry possibly.
I thought about that earlier today when I saw that he was available.
Yep.
So don't let Brady mess around and get another receiver to go with what he has. It's gonna be a wrap. Yeah, I mean, and they probably need a couple of more young pass rushers a little bit to help do what they did the year before. We're getting on top of the QBs in the big games. They didn't have as many big plays defensively than they had the year they won a championship. They were solid, but they didn't have a lot of big plays. So I expect that too. And with Brady there, man, hey, I know if I'm an NFL vet that still got game, I'm going to go play with this guy before he leaves, man, because you got an opportunity to win a championship with him. So that's what I'm expecting.
No, that's facts. That's facts. He got that same effect as the boy Brown when it's like players they get a little older, they want to take that lesser road. They like, all right, let me find where bro is at. Let me go team up with him. Let's go for this title. You know what I'm saying? So it's that same type of energy. It's that same type of energy behind it. I guess that's a good point bringing up Brown. Actually, we got to switch over. Talk about the NBA because it's been a lot going on lately. It's been a lot going on, and I guess we could start off talking about the boy Brown. Now, so that this entire little portion just don't get negative, we can start with this. He been hooping lately. He been scoring.
Yeah.
He had the 50 ball. You know what I mean? I want to say he took over like by a few decimal points, like the scoring title briefly.
Yeah.
I don't know if Embiid held on to it after last game or not, but by a couple decimal points. So that's what we'll start with. That's what we'll start with. He had a couple 50 balls.
Yep. 56
you know
and 50.
That's almost a 60 ball in the 50 ball. So once you do that, but the thing is this, the Lakers have been looking pretty terrible. I think the only two games they won since All-Star, the two games he had over 50.
That he had a 50 over. Yeah. Yeah. I totally agree, nephew. And man, again, look, bro. Ever since they won in the bubble, I have been saying, bro, I'm not going against LeBron. I'm just not. I know what he can bring to a team that doesn't have a lot of.
You just figured that out after the bubble?
No, last year it was like, but I still think they could have did it last year. But we know who was hurt. The glass man was hurt again last year. You know what I'm saying? So he can't do it without. What made them be able to do it was he had another superstar with him. So this year, again, he was hurt last year. So boom, they didn't make it happen. Here we go this year. They have him, the glass man again, Anthony Davis, and Russ. And again, my boy is Melo. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, Melo ain't giving them 20 a game, but I'm expecting Melo to give him exactly what he giving them. 14, 15 a game off the bench. If you get 15 a game off the bench for any team in the NBA, you getting exactly what you're asking for. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, they got enough. They got Dwight. They got, I'm looking at the young players, Monk, and the kid we got from Miami still has yet to play. There's yet to play. What's the young man's name again?
Kendrick
Nunn. Kendrick Nunn hasn't played all season. They need him. You know what I'm saying? They need him defensively and they need him offensively. So it's really the Lakers. At this point, I'm just like, I've been watching them, right? They suck. They have no continuity. The coach is horrible with his rotations to me.
Let me say this. I could agree that Frank Vogel could be better, but I'm gonna say this: it ain't Frank Vogel's fault.
It's all their fault.
Listen. The problem is they don't really try that. They don't try that hard. Like Brown will try hard on pretty much all game, and even sometimes he might walk back on but like they don't really try. Like they'll try in spurts. They give up. Like they give up so many easy hoops. Like a lot of times when you watch them hoop, it's almost like when you go to like the run but it's the last game of the run. You know what I'm saying? So people ain't getting back on
Nobody
B.
playing defense.
It's
No
a lot of
energy.
cherry picking. You know what I'm saying? Like it's really
Whatever
just
shot
who
you
gonna
want
make
is
the
your
most
shot.
jumpers, who gonna make the most open jumpers just one. You know what I'm saying? But like that's how they look. That's how they look. So it's just like, come on, man. Come on. How can I pass the blame past anybody outside of the players that's there on the court? Obviously they don't fit that well, just schematically. But yeah, it could be a lot better from an effort standpoint. They don't have many hustlers out there. That's the problem for me.
They don't have enough effort. They're losing team. They do not play like they're losing. They do not play like they're 9th, 10th in the West. Where's the energy? At the end of the day, if you guys lose but you played hard, I can respect that. I can roll with you. Me watching the Lakers, man, I'm like, you guys, and again, LeBron is LeBron. He's gonna go down as the second best player to ever to lace him up to me behind Mike. No disrespect. LeBron is the truth. But, bro, I've never seen Mike give up on defense. I just haven't seen it. Not saying it ain't happened. I haven't seen it, and I watch a lot of Bulls. Mike gonna play some deep, especially if they're losing. He's gonna scratch you, elbow you. He just not gonna give up easy buckets, bro. And I've seen Brown a couple of times, man, just chill, walking back up the court. I can't believe it, because young Brown wasn't doing that. You know what I'm saying? Young Brown wasn't doing that. This is something that's happening with LeBron in his older age. Now, again, LeBron right now is the best scoring version of LeBron I've ever seen. So his offensive game
He's up there.
has enhanced with age. His offensive game is next level compared to where he started at, even when he was just killing cats every year going to the finals. He wasn't this LeBron. You know what I'm saying? And this dude is old. He's 37. But I'm seeing other things, you know what I'm saying? Of course he's tired. Of course he doesn't have the energy he has, but he wasn't showing that back in the days, you know what I'm saying? Right now, he gets upset or frustrated, and he just starts playing defense for 3 or 4 possessions. And that, again, as the leader, it's hard to be the leader and show that kind of nonsense, man, and expect those guys to follow you and give 100% when they're looking at you, and not seeing 110% from you on both sides.
No, I agree. Just thinking about it is it's getting a little sad. It's getting a little sad. You know what I'm saying? You say I got the Kobe hoodie on. He wouldn't be happy. He wouldn't be happy. But
That's another guy.
This is
Kobe
who
never gave up when the Lakers sucked. When the Lakers sucked, he still played on both sides of the ball, bro.
He did play hard. One person, actually a few people that Kobe would be very proud of, actually. It's a lot of people around the league that have really been balling lately.
I agree.
Now the Lakers ain't really caught it, but it's been contagious. I guess Bron caught it. He had a couple 50 balls.
Yeah.
Kyrie had a 50 ball and a 60 ball. KD had a 50 ball.
Yeah, 60 ball tonight, right? Yeah,
Kyrie.
60 ball tonight, Kyrie, right?
Yep. So it's going around.
Crazy.
Trae Young had a couple 40 balls. Steph had almost a 50 ball when Draymond came back.
Tatum just had a 50 ball.
Like, even De'Aaron Fox had a couple 40 balls. Like,
yeah,
tons of people are really getting off right now, and it's a really a power surge, and I've been loving it.
Oh,
I've been loving it.
Cat just
had
a
60 ball.
60 ball. I'm sorry.
Cat had a 60 ball. DeMarcus Cousins had a 30 ball a little while ago.
Off the bench, right?
He ain't even been hooping in years. He had a 30 ball. Like,
he's on
it's
the
going
bench.
around.
He's on the bench playing for Denver. Nuggets. Yeah.
Denver. Jokic, Embiid, Giannis, they all been playing still at an MVP race or MVP level. Speaking of that, though, who would you take right now if the season ended tomorrow? Who would you pick as MVP?
MVP. I'm still going with and it's a tough one. I heard guys debating about this today. Stephen A. Jokic and Embiid. And I just, again, Jokic is a talented player, man. He really is. But I got to say Embiid the last couple years could have been MVP. And man, to me, he plays like a leader. Now you might not like him, how his attitude is at times, but you got to respect him, man. He plays hard. He doesn't give up on his team. Even knowing how the crybaby was at his squad, he didn't beat him up. He didn't beat him up when he was asked about it. You know what I'm saying? Still try to give him love and give him the opportunity for that cracked door for him to walk through. You know, I like that. And you got to think Embiid's fairly young, about what, 29 maybe, 30, if that.
I don't think even that. He might be 27, 28, honestly.
Exactly, somewhere like that. So he's a young leader, man. He has put the 76ers on his back. And yeah, this year, man, he's just very impressive. My thing was he was always a beast, but I always was like on the Charles Barkley tip, like, man, he's so big. I was agreeing with Chuck and Shaq. He doesn't play with his back to the basket. He doesn't dominate in the post enough. Oh, now this year, last year and this year, silenced me and other critics because he's playing outside, inside, mid-range. He's just dominant.
So check this out. Well, I guess before I get into what I was going to say next, MVP race is tough. I think if the season progresses, if it finishes, I should say, the way that it's been going right now, and everybody's kind of playing very close as far as who's playing the best, I think Embiid will win it just because out of those three guys that are really close, he's the only one that doesn't have one.
Yeah.
I think that'll help edge it out. If I had to pick, I might have to pick Jokic though. He been carrying them boys in the backpack all season. You know what I'm saying? And he been, you know, even though Joel has been doing the same thing too, I think the way that Jokic has been, the passing is there. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to say he's averaging like 13 rebounds right now or something like that. Like it's all over the place. You know what I'm saying? So if I had to pick, I think it'd be him. But one thing that I was gonna mention was something I was actually talking to Zeke about yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And beating Jokic, they've been hooping, right? And then we started to kind of think about it, like, especially if Embiid is to get an MVP this year, they both have one. They both been doing what they've been doing. What bigs all time are really still better than them? Now, obviously, it's some like Chamberlain, Shaq, Elijah Wan, even like Bill Russell. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of bigs that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's obvious ones that obviously they're not there yet, but I feel like it's some people that they might be passing by right now. And as you are our What Up Though Sports official old head representative, I had to come to you first. I guess second, but I had to come to you and ask.
Okay.
Are they passing by some people? Am I tripping by saying that? Am I not showing respect? Like, what do you think?
I think because you're kind of young, nephew, there's some guys that if I say their names, of course you
Give me
grew up
some
in a
names.
basketball household.
Give me some names. Give me some names.
All day they haven't passed a guy you wouldn't even have thought of yet. Moses Malone. Moses Malone came in the league at 18 and dominated for 15 years. Neither one of them have passed Moses Malone yet. He also won the championship. Yeah, I mean, and he was a leading scorer in the NBA, leading rebounder for years. Dr. J never did it without Moses Malone. You know what I'm saying? Made the champion, won the championship once he got Moses with him. You know what I'm saying? Dude, they haven't passed Moses Malone yet. Now, again, that's just going back some years, right? So now I'm not going to go back past that because you said some old heads already. So now I'm going to go from Moses Malone on up. You know what I'm saying? What? You laughing at Moses Malone?
No, I'm not. I'm just waiting. I'm just enjoying this right now. Go ahead, continue.
Okay, so now I'm about to think of other good centers. You know, are they both better than Dwight Howard right now? Dwight's career, their career so far has went past Dwight Howard's career.
Now I'm gonna say this: there are a few centers who I have in mind who I think that Embiid and Jokic are right there in the conversation with, or you can debate it either way. Dwight is one of those players.
Really? Already? already what they've done in 6 years, 5, 6 years is comparable to Dwight Howard's. You know, Dwight Howard is an
Well, let's think
all-time
about
player
this.
already, right?
No. I agree. I think Dwight Howard should have been on the top 50, the top 75.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is this: when they make the top 100, Embiid and Jokic are they gonna have to be locks. They're gonna have to be locks. They're gonna have to be locks. And I feel like when you think about them in a group, when you rank them, now Dwight has more longevity than them, so they would have to continue at least a little bit longer on a similar path. But
that's what I'm meaning about. They
even
would have
after
to
this
continue.
season, you can. I'm what I'm saying is we can start. We can start to ask: are they starting to pass some people by? Because I'm starting to think that they might be. But I want you to give me. I want to hear some more of those names that you was about to say.
Patrick Ewing.
He was one of the people that I had that was in that same group. Patrick Ewing, and maybe also like David Robinson. Maybe also like
that was not.
Maybe also like.
See, they're not
like
past those guys yet, bro. They're not. They again, they are ascending to that level to me. They just these 6 years of them playing isn't enough. I seen Grant Hill for 6, 7 years, so I would have had the same conversation. Was Grant Hill going to be as good as the greats at the small forward or two guards? You know, but then so I would have been like, yes, he was, but he never made it after his 7th, 8th year. He got hurt. You know what I'm saying? So we never got a chance to see what he could have been. You know what I'm saying? We never got a chance to see what Chris Webber could have been if he wouldn't have had those knee injuries. And he was a beast. Obviously, he has the coat. You know what I'm saying? So he was a beast with him. So now I think where he would have been without those knee injuries, with him getting that jump shot as the years went on, he would have been unstoppable. You know what I'm saying? You'd have been talking about Chris Webber like Duncan, especially if he would end up getting a couple of championships. So, you know, I just think that they need another couple of years to get past some of those centers. I could see them being better than Dikembe Mutombo. Better than Alonzo Mourning. You know what I'm saying? Because
this is what
Mourning at his best was going to give you a 19-point game. 19-point season average, but he's going to have 3-4 blocks, 12 rebounds. But again, both of those guys are doing those kind of things, but giving you 25, 26, 27. You know, so, you know, that's kind of where I'm at with that in the comparison.
That was what I was looking for. Somewhere that you think they are kind of at right now. So you think they more in between like the mornings and okay, I feel you. I would be willing to go back and forth on some of those. We'll see how time progresses a little bit and how soon that you'll be, you know what I'm saying, more in agreement with what I'm feeling on this, but we'll see. We'll give a little bit of time. I just wanted to run that by you, you know what I'm saying, and show the respect.
Sure.
And so, you know what I'm saying?
Great question.
I had to ask. So we talked about MVP. We got to talk about something else, man. We got to talk about this Rookie of the Year. Now, I'm gonna say this. I'm a preface my statement first. I do think that the winner, by the way that they vote and who's gonna get the votes, that the winner is gonna be Evan Mobley. And I feel like that's the case just because people have kind of already just like made their mind up, like, you know what I'm saying? And also he's playing on a much better team, so they've got a lot more success. You know what I'm saying? And he is balling.
Yeah.
He is balling. He is balling.
Yeah, he is.
I don't want to make this sound like I'm hating on Evan Mobley. He is balling.
He is.
But now that I've prefaced, I'm gonna say this. I think Cade Cunningham should be the Rookie of the Year.
I agree.
I think he should be the Rookie of the Year. I think that he has, especially
during part of the year. And ever since he's been back, the Pistons have been on a tear since they got since they ended up getting Bagley from Sacramento. It was just about finding the right young pieces to mesh together, to have that energy. To me, Cade has become the leader Grant is still one of the leaders, leading scorer, but Cade is taking over leadership to me. And it doesn't look like Grant or any of the younger vets have a problem with it because he's a pass first type of player. But like I was telling your dad, matter of fact, I think you and I spoke about it in one of our earlier podcasts. I was saying I need him at some point to start shooting that boy, to start to be aggressive, shoot that 15, 20 times a game.
Yeah.
And that's what he's doing. And ever since he started being aggressive that way, he's averaging like 23, 24 points during the last 8, 9, 10 games, That boy got game. That boy's
he got
a leader.
game. He got game. He's been averaging, it's closer to 21, but he's been hooping. He's had a lot of big moments and stuff like that. And we've been getting wins too. So
yes,
I definitely had to make sure to bring that up because I definitely think that's been true.
Yeah.
One more thing that I want to make sure to ask before we get ready to wrap up, man. Right now, we talked about MVP. You got to tell me who you got coming out the East. You got to tell me who you got coming out the West. You got to tell me who you got coming out on top. It's just a guess. You know what I'm saying? It's just an educated guess.
Hey, I got I'm gonna go with Philly out the East, right? I think they're gonna end up beating Milwaukee. The only reason I don't have the Nets is one. I read today that Ben Simmons might not come back this year. He has a back injury that he's been dealing with that they knew about. So if they don't have Ben Simmons, that only leaves Kyrie and KD, and Kyrie only can play half the games. And we saw what happened when it was just KD, last year. So they don't have enough to beat those top tier teams in the East. So I think what's going to happen is I think Philly's going to fuse together with the skilled players that they have, and I think they're going to end up beating Milwaukee in the East to go to the championship. The West, I'm still going to go with Golden State with Dre coming back another 3-4 weeks to get Clay back in the zone. He just went off the other day as well. Clay had a 40-point game early,
38.
And 38. And what nobody's talking about is Wiseman. Wiseman is going to be that extra guy, and they already have help at the guards and the forwards. They got those young boys that's helping now. Now you bring another 7-footer that's a year stronger, year smarter, a year hungry. Dude, I don't got nobody beating them. Low key, I think they're going to pop everybody, and they're going to end up playing Philly, and I think they're going to win because those 3 Golden State aficionados are going to play together like they always have. And again, you got defensive players. Clay plays D. Draymond plays D. They got guys that come off the bench that play D. Even somebody off the bench like Gary Payton Jr. You know what I'm saying? You can put him now again. He got 6 fouls. You know what I'm saying? And he's athletic. You got guys like that can give you everything off the bench. Otto Porter. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they just got so many ball players that are 6'5", 6'7". You know what I'm saying? I got Golden State, Philadelphia, Golden State winning in 6.
So listen, y'all, we just heard it. We just heard it right here first. Unc James got Golden State over Philadelphia 2022 NBA Finals. Now I'm gonna build the suspense and I'm gonna give y'all mine next time. But for the sake of time, we're gonna let the people get up out of here, man. We appreciate y'all for checking in with us. And remember here, when June come around, if he didn't get that right, we're gonna hold him to it. But in the meantime, what up, though? We out of here.
What up, though?